I do find it strange that so many people are really interested, excited, and just plain hyped for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, yet we have yet to see any sort of gameplay for this game, or even really heard any proper information about multiplayer and Spec Ops, yet so many people are really excited, and I get the reasons why, but it is quite strange that to this day of recording that we still do not have any gameplay for this, at least for the public. As you all know, of course, a bunch of people saw it behind the scenes and all that stuff, but for the general public, we really haven't seen any sort of gameplay for it, and I just find it quite strange. And I really don't get this marketing schedule, because this game is coming out in October like Black Ops 4, so I really don't get why everything's taking so long to happen. And even comparing the reveal schedule for this game compared to Infinite Warfare and the games that came out in November, not even October, it's still behind those schedules, and I really don't get why that's the case, because right now nothing's going on, not only in Call of Duty, but really anything in gaming. It would seem like a perfect opportunity for them to step in and reveal something for the game, reveal the gameplay that everybody else except the general public has seen. I just don't really get why they're not doing that, and it just really is quite strange and a little frustrating for a lot of people, and I just don't really know what to expect. And that's exactly the problem, because yes, it's super annoying that at this point we haven't really seen anything outside of a trailer and heard a couple of things from the developers, but we really haven't seen anything besides that. And what makes it even more annoying besides that fact is that we don't know when to expect to see any of this. I mean, okay, if we were at this point and that's all we have seen, and that's all fine, whatever, we've only seen a trailer, but at this point in time they would give us a date to look forward to. This is going to be the date when they're going to reveal gameplay. This is going to be the date they're going to reveal multiplayer, the date they're going to reveal Spec Ops. It would be nice to at least anticipate that, but instead we just sit here in the dark, and actually quite literally I'm in the dark. I don't even have any lights on. Also, like the video if you're also sitting in the dark. Heck yeah, brother. But anyways, what was I saying? So they really need to kind of get people interested on a date where we can at least anticipate on seeing this stuff, because I just don't get how they just think it's a good marketing strategy just to reveal the bare minimum and then just leave people in the dark for months. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, at least if we had at this point in time a date for when we could expect to see gameplay, I would be fine, but at this point, we just don't have that, and we're just sitting here not knowing what to do. And what worries me even more is that, let's say that Infinity Ward is going to follow the marketing strategy they used in the past, which of course would be to reveal the reveal trailer, reveal the campaign gameplay, reveal multiplayer altogether, both the trailer and the gameplay, then probably sometime after that reveal some third mode, of course this year being Spec Ops. If they follow that same strategy, then how long are we going to have to wait for everything? Because if we're still currently waiting on campaign gameplay, so let's just say that campaign gameplay is coming out sometime in July, but then we have to wait, what, an extra month for multiplayer gameplay, and then another month for that for, I don't know, some Spec Ops information at the very least? I mean, I just really don't get what the idea here is, because it just seems like we're taking way too long to learn anything about this game, and it's getting people frustrated, even myself, who I really don't get upset as much as people, that you see inside those Twitter comments where they're complaining, where's gameplay, I hate this game, it doesn't have a gameplay. It's just like, I'm not like that, but it is kind of annoying me that they're taking so long to do this, because, I mean, how are they planning to do this? Because this game is coming out in October, they have 3 things to reveal, and they still have to make sure they don't get in the way of any Black Ops 4 stuff, which of course, as we know, they're probably going to release at least 2 more operations, maybe just 1, I'm not actually sure. I don't know how the operation system works inside Black Ops 4, but regardless, they gotta make sure that it doesn't run into anything Black Ops 4 related, and they have to do it all before October, and I just don't get how they're planning to do this, and it is just quite frustrating. But of course, that's just how I'm currently feeling about Modern Warfare. Warfare and I guess the reveal schedule, because it just feels like it's in an annoying place. I don't think it's in a bad place. I just feel like it's annoying that we're really just kind of being left in the dark and just not knowing what to expect and when to expect it, especially for me who's super interested in what they're planning to do with Spec Ops. I mean, the number one thing that interests me is probably the Spec Ops mode, just because, you know, I like third modes in Call of Duty, and I'm really interested to see what they're going to do. But me thinking like, well, I'm interested in hearing what's going to happen to Spec Ops, but I'm still going to have to wait for campaign. I'm still going to have to wait for multiplayer. Then that's when I'm going to get finally, like, what, 3 months down the road, I'm going to finally see some Spec Ops stuff. I mean, that's just, I mean, it's ridiculous to wait that long. But anyways, again, that's just how I'm feeling about this. It is kind of annoying me. Of course, I'm not at the level of just going to say I hate this game because I haven't seen anything. That's just dumb. But regardless, it is something. And I mean, I personally am not going to take this, because a lot of people will take this as maybe the game's in a really bad state and that's the reason why they're not revealing anything. I don't think that's the case, because I mean, they have revealed the gameplay. They've shown it to people behind the scenes. So I don't think that's a problem. I just think that it's a dumb marketing strategy. And if we're being completely honest, you know what they're probably going to do, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but lately Activision went from being one of the best marketing companies in the world to like being just absolute garbage at it. Ever since Infinite Warfare, they've just been garbage at marketing. And honestly, I would not be surprised at this, that they're just going to do this. They're going to wait till Black Ops 4 is doing something, and they're going to just reveal everything for Modern Warfare. They're going to do campaign gameplay, they're going to do multiplayer stuff and gameplay, reveal gameplay, and of course Spec Ops on top of that. They're just going to reveal everything at once right in the middle of a hype period for Black Ops 4, to steal all the thunder from Black Ops 4 and to compact too many things into one point in time. And it's just going to, you know, make it super, you know, I guess there's a word for this, I just can't think of it. Just everything's going to be in the same place at the same time. There's a word for it, I can't think of it right now, but regardless, that's probably what they're going to do. But, you know, we're going to have to wait and see. Of course, one thing I want to mention real quick is maybe some events they might be at. I mean, there's a possibility they'll do Gamescom's PAX or EHT. I can't remember the last event. There's another gaming event happening later this year before the launch of Modern Warfare, but honestly, I would not expect any reveals. They'll probably just have gameplay there or stuff people have already seen, like what happens every year. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a major reveal at Gamescom or PAX or anything like that for Call of Duty. I could be mistaken, but I don't think it's been the case, so I really wouldn't expect that. Another possibility, and this is one I thought was a possibility back in a couple of months ago, but I just don't think it's the case, but maybe they're going to have a Call of Duty XP, and that's when they were going to reveal everything. But at this point of when the last Call of Duty XP happened, we had already heard about it. People were already getting invited to it and all that stuff, and this time around it just isn't the case, and I just don't think we could expect to see Call of Duty XP. The one thing that I honestly think is probably the most likely case is that PlayStation's going to have their own event that they're going to have just some time, and honestly, this may all be PlayStation's fault, because they probably signed an awful deal with PlayStation, and now PlayStation wants them to reveal it at their event, and they're going to have their event at a date that is yet to be announced. And you know, and on top of that, they're probably going to announce their PS5, something related to that, and that's going to steal all the thunder instead of Call of Duty, which is just going to suck for Modern Warfare. But regardless, anyways, I'm just going off on a little tangent here, but regardless, that's all I have to say. I'm going to be quiet now, but if you guys did enjoy this video and you do want to see more, then I would highly appreciate a like, a subscription, a bell after you subscribe, or maybe if you're already subscribed, maybe add that bell to it and all that stuff, especially sharing also. But anyways, later guys.